Hey guys, welcome to Beyond ARTV and another edition of SOS 7 on Sunday, my most forgettable albums of 2013 list. And of course 2013 is not over, you might be thinking, but the thing is, in order to forget an album, it can't have just come out like a week or a month ago. So these are going to be some throughout, the early, middle to even like a little bit into the summer part of the year that are just, completely forgettable. I went back through all of the albums that I've reviewed this year, and so far it's been over 80, including like the EP reviews I've done here on this channel, and then of course over 70 regular album reviews that I've done on my main channel, Album Review TV. The first thing on my list of most forgettable albums is Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams by 30 Seconds to Mars. That album felt like it could have been almost like, it tried to be like a film score at times. It tried to be really, really big and epic, but it didn't do anything. And looking back at it now, there's one track that I still listen to from that album on the regular, maybe even two occasionally, Up in the Air and Conquistador. Up next we have Ungrateful by Escape the Fate. Now, it's a solid album, but it's not something I find myself coming back to. It doesn't have a lot of drawing power to it, at least in the long run, I've figured out. There were tracks that I was really into, but now listening to them, they feel like they just don't have that fire that I initially felt when I listened to them. Come Down Machine by The Strokes is next on my list. The Strokes' most bland album to date, in my opinion, and a lot of other people voiced that opinion as well. It's their most generic album to date, and of course, why it's on this list, their most forgettable. Very boring and slow songs for the most part. There were highlights like One Way Trigger, which was one of my favorite tracks of the year overall, but just songs like Partners in Crime, 50/50, stuff like that, it just made me just totally forget about that album looking back at it now. Wretched and Divine, The Story of the Wild Ones by Black Veil Brides. I almost forgot that album existed for a little bit, except when In the End came up on shuffle the other day. I was like, oh yeah, they did put out an album. It was a very long album. It wasn't bad, there were solid tracks on it, but it was just something that was like a 1 or 2 time listen and then I was done. Paradise Valley by John Mayer is next on my list. That one just didn't live up to his other albums by any means. It definitely continued the feel of Born and Raised, but not in a very memorable way. There weren't songs that I could really connect with and hold on to like I had with his past records. Temper Temper by Bullet for My Valentine. It feels like longer than 8 or 9 months since they put out a record. It feels like forever ago. Temper Temper just for the most part felt very mainstream and generic rock and metal to me, and something that was just trying really hard to be radio friendly, and it just fell flat on its face, and I haven't revisited it since then. And then we have the most obscure record of the year, the one that almost hid from my memory until I saw that I had reviewed it. Mosquito by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. That song just got buried under so many other great releases and good and solid releases throughout the year, and Mosquito really offered nothing beyond its single Sacrilege and the track Buried Alive. Besides that, I couldn't name another song to you on this record now. I had to go back and watch my own review to remember what I thought about it. What albums have been forgettable to you this year? Let me know in the comments section down below, and if you want, feel free to leave suggestions for future episodes of SOS. Of course, with the year winding down, I am going to be doing a lot of year-end themed episodes, and of course on my main channel, I will, as always, be doing my top 50 songs of the year and my top 15 albums of the year. So look forward to that in December, and of course the special edition of 7 on Sunday of my favorite albums of all time, the top 25. I know that's not 7 on Sunday, it's going to be technically 25 on Sunday, but you guys have been wanting it, so I'm definitely going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, and I will see you very soon right here on Beyond ARTV, Beyond the Reviews.